Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Above the Bar podcast, where each week we belly up to the bar with a new guest, find out what they do, who they are, and what makes them great. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Above the Bar podcast. It's your host, Sean. It is Wednesday. It is 8 p.m. The bar is open. The lights are on. Everybody's getting ready to have a seat. And we're bellying up to the bar today with Jackie from basketball team. No, I'm sorry. Like, I'm telling you right now, we've already had this conversation a little bit. If you caught us over on Instagram, we'll always do a little bit of pre-show on Instagram about 10 minutes before the guest gets ready to come on. But we might have the real life, if you've never seen the movie SemiPro, we may have the real life version of SemiPro here with us. Or I'm trying to remember the other show that I liked where the guy was the baseball announcer, and I can't think of the name of it right now. It is escaping me, and it's friggin' hilarious. It's the guy who does Abu's voice on The Simpsons. He's got a show where he's a baseball announcer. Somebody else will remember it. But joining us today from the Gaylord Snow, a bartender, entrepreneur, self-making a drink man, Mr. Myles Grix.
What's up? What's up, Sean? Thanks for having me.
You even get cheers. Look at that. You didn't even get cheered on.
Oh, yeah.
And like Adam's already on it. Like before the show even started, Adam was on YouTube making comments. I can't change the weather. It's probably an inside joke. I don't know what that was about.
70s show. That's why my cat's name is Jackie.
Oh, you know what? I tried to get into that 70s show. Do you remember the spinoff?
That 80s show?
Yeah.
It was awful.
That shit died so
It was
quickly.
like 3 episodes. Yeah. No,
it was really bad.
But no, that 70s show, I remember that was a family event as a kid. Whenever it was on, yeah, we watched it. Oh, yeah.
So we're getting ready to get into it, but legitimately, Myles owns his own SemiPro, and he's gonna have to help me out here because I'm not a hockey guy. I grew up in Baltimore. We had the Skipjacks when I was growing up, and they disappeared not long after I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. So he's gonna get into telling us what some of the levels here of SemiPro hockey are. But before we get into this, as always, we got to do some house cleaning. First things first, over my shoulder here, for those of you that are watching us live, we got the big board for sticker and a cause. If you got something you support, I don't care if it's a Girl Scout troop, I don't care if it's another podcast, a band, whatever it is that you're supporting. If you've got stickers made for it, you can reach out to us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. They're all the Above the Bar podcast, even our email, theabovethebarpodcast@gmail.com. You send us out a message, you let me know that, hey, I've got this. I'll send you the address. You send me the sticker, and I will read it right here on the air. And all 4 of my listeners will go ahead and know that you're supporting something. There's a little more than 4 of you now, but all 4 of my listeners, as I always say, we'll let you know. And we'll also show you a little support, little love for those things. So make sure you do that. And the other side to this, and I always try to tie in the guest with it. Let's see if I can do a good tie in this week. If your media is losing at the face-off every time, and you're looking for the slap shot to upgrade you, make sure you reach out to Media by Dibs. Media by Dibs. He'll take good care of you. If you like some of the, look, I'm telling you, go over to and let me make sure I got it running here. Our banners are running. Make sure you go check out GaylordSnowHockey.com, and you'll see all the stuff that Dibs has done for them. He does our media. He does their media.
Best in the business.
He is amazing, and he's very humble about it. Him and I were just talking about him doing some more stuff for me. So, but check out Media by Dibs on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you're looking for him on LinkedIn, it's Andrew Dibble. If you mention to him belly up to the bar, he's going to give you a 10% discount on your first order and a free consultation. So once again, folks, that's Media by Dibs. All right, house cleaning is done. Everything is situated. It is time to face off. Like I'm going to use that shit.
That's good.
I don't know hockey.
Did you ever see the movie Face Off?
Absolutely. Fucking amazing movie.
Can I tell a story real quick about that
Please.
movie?
Please.
So I was young when that movie came out. I was probably like 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. And I know my parents are listening to this, so my mom, Julie, is going to get a kick out of this. She thought that was a hockey movie just because the name, at Blockbusters. She saw it, thought it was a hockey movie, bought it. Not even halfway through the movie, we were like, "What the fuck is this? Like, this is not hockey."
No,
but it's a good movie. I mean,
it's a good movie.
It's not a bad movie.
I love that movie. That's one of those classics. Like that was like the John Travolta like comeback movie.
Yeah,
was Face Off because he was pretty much before then.
He was Cage, right?
Him and Cage, and
yeah, that's what I thought.
Cage was still big, but like that was like the Travolta comeback movie. Before then, he was still Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Like anything before then, he was Saturday Night Fever or Welcome Back Kotter, which I don't. Do you even know what Welcome Back?
No, I have no clue what that is.
What are you like? The guy's 12 years old and owns a hockey team. I don't even fucking understand this.
30 in May.
Oh god,
unreal.
And that, but like no. So let's get into this. So, let's start with what is the Gaylord Snow?
So the Gaylord Snow is a semi-pro hockey team. All our teams are based out of Michigan. The league we play in, we'd call it a feeder league. We've had a few last year. I think it's 7 from our team. 11 from the entire league get moved up to higher leagues.
7 from your team alone.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And one of them is actually second right now for the Kalamazoo K-Wings and the entire ECHL in rookie points. Logan Lambden, I gotta give him a shout out. The guy is tearing up the big leagues. Like he'll be in the show sooner or later. The guy, unbelievable talent. I remember the first time I was in the locker room with him, getting dressed and everything, and he had his shirt off, and I felt self-conscious.
Less than adult.
Yeah, I was like, is that what hockey players are supposed to look like? Because
I felt the twinge. I felt the twinge in my nether regions.
I was like, this I've never felt this way before. But no, he's doing great. Sam Turner, Mike Tisch, they're doing great jobs. Cade Lambden, Logan's younger brother, is doing a great job. So we're happy for everyone that moves up. That's our goal, and that's why this team means so much to me. I put so much work into it, is to help guys move up. I think there's, especially in northern Michigan, there's a lot of guys that go unnoticed. Guys that might not have blossomed when they were supposed to blossom, that find their way or just end up quitting. And so we started this league to give those guys a second chance, or the guys that were good enough to play club hockey or stay in hockey. Just a little taste of the show, let them live the dream a little bit longer.
That's awesome. And you're already getting some love here. Heather, I absolutely agree with you. Movies were way better then. And I actually wanted to go to the theater back then. Etta, who's been supporting you a couple of times, she's liked some of the pictures and posts that we've had out there.
Best friend and team captain's mom.
That's awesome. She loves her some Gaylord Snow.
Oh yeah.
Even my son popped up. He's on Twitch right now. Dad. One of my favorite bearded wonders, Scott Sakura. He already likes you. We love Scott. And yes, Tyler, he plays or not Tyler, this is Dylan. He plays and owns the team. That's why we refer to this as semi-pro. When you get older, Dad'll sit down and watch that with you. But right now, we're not watching that together. He's 12. We're not. I don't know. 12, he might be able to watch that.
I feel like 12.
12, he could watch that one.
The jive turkey scene might be a little much.
Yeah, it might be. And then you're getting all kinds of love. So I guess one of my first questions, and I didn't even know that. You are a head coach also, and head coach.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
This is so semi-pro.
Yeah.
Every bit about it. And no, son, I did not tell you what we were doing tonight. I didn't tell you I normally don't brief my 12-year-old on the show, but I guess I'll start doing that. He liked when I had Forged and Fire Guy on a couple weeks ago. So
there you go.
you kind of bring up something right away. I'm kind of curious of before we even get too deep into how you got a hold of the team. And, like we kind of joked around, you're getting ready to be 30 years old and already owning a sports franchise, and your day job is as an underwater basket weaver. I mean, this is pretty impressive here, but what do you think makes your team different that you're already sent out of 11 people? How many teams in the league?
There's 5 this year. We have 15 cities and rinks bidding to join our league next year. So we're looking to move to 8.
Holy shit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big jump to go from 5 to 8.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about 7 players, though, to go and play at a higher level. So you guys aren't affiliated NHL in any
No,
way. You're just a
no.
feeder into maybe some of those other
Any league. I know there's a few guys on our team. Actually, there's 5 of us, including myself, that are actually. I signed my contract today. I know one of our players, Hunter Allen, signed his as well, to go play in the Israel Elite Hockey League, which is a hockey league in the summer. It's 5 weeks long, so you play 10 games, but they have NHL players come and they're the coaches. They work with the players. There's guys from all over the world. A lot from Israel, Sweden, Germany. A lot of the guys play high levels of pro hockey in those countries. So it was kind of it was kind of cool to get the invite to go play. We're still looking into it. There's a cost to live there for the 5 weeks and the travel and all that stuff. But actually, the guys on the team we're thinking about making a documentary about it. So we're excited. And but no, we've moved up a lot of guys, and I think the only reason for that is because in our recruiting process, like Phil Edwards, he's our team captain. He's from Des Moines, Illinois, or Iowa. I met him in Peoria, Illinois. We got one of our assistant captains, Salt Lake City, Utah. One of our other goalies, actually, both of our goalies, one's from in Indiana, the other one's from Boston, Massachusetts. Our leading scorer right now is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Our team is the only team that recruits from the entire country.
Wow.
All the other teams in our league they get the luxury of being able to pick from their backyard. Like we have Waterford that's my hometown. Hockey's big down there, and there's so much talent down there that they can pick from. And in Gaylord, I'm not saying that there's not talent in Gaylord. There's a lot of talent in Gaylord.
Right.
But for me, and going into this league and going into this team, I wanted to open it up to the entire country to be able to come here and play hockey and have the opportunity to move up.
So you got me. So this is my closest that I can get to anything hockey related. I'm trying to look through. So you got me here looking through an old message. So I have a buddy that lives in Texas, another Marine.
Okay.
And he reached out to me. So if you're into hockey, you've heard of RPI. You know what RPI is.
The college?
Oh, yeah. RPI and Union.
Yeah.
So I'm sandwiched in between RPI and Union. RPI is a little closer to me. But we have RPI and Union. And this is my closest thing I've ever gotten to hockey was one of the Marines that I knew reached out to me randomly, and a kid from where he was at was like, hey, the kid's going to go play, but they couldn't get him on into the dorms and all that. But he was like this phenomenal Texas, like standout hockey player and got recruited to go play at RPI. And for those of you that don't know, the Frozen Four, you can pretty much count RPI, Union, what is it? Not Wisconsin, but Minnesota.
Well, right now it's up in the air for any Minnesota team. You got Minnesota State's number 1, Minnesota's number 2. I think I don't know who I know Michigan's number 4, but Minnesota Duluth. Shout out to Gaylord native Casey Gillings of Minnesota Duluth. Hopefully they can make a run. But there's teams right now. I mean, especially in hockey, like you think the best teams, the best youth programs would be in New York, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin. it's Florida and California right now. So it's growing, and that's what we love to see.
Well, see, and we're going to get into something else. I'm going to make a left turn here on you in a minute. Dibs just popped up, called you Payne. I don't know why.
Oh no, that's our only Gaylord native on the team, Alex Payne. We call him the mayor because he's the only Gaylord native on the team. And the guy's just putting up points.
And then Adam's over here thanking you for the shout out for the Waterford Sharks.
Yep.
There's a Waterford, New York. That fucking place is right down it. You have Waterford.
I actually brought this down from my secret collection just for you.
Oh, look at you.
I love New York shot glass.
And I'm not even from New York. I just happen to live in this damn place. I'm from Baltimore. That's why I said, like, we have 2 sports. Well, 3 if you count shooting at people. That's a whole nother sport, though. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty impressive that what you guys have going on here and how you've been able to build this. But we're gonna roll back here a little bit, So how many seasons have you had this? Let's start with that.
This is our 2nd season.
So okay, so I remember when Dibs reached out to me about talking to you and everything. So let's see, can you technically be executed cross-platform as an inversatile enough to create baseball teams in the manner? I don't know. It's a phenomenal question you have here. Here, I've got somebody for you. Write this down. Somebody write this name down for him. Go look up Troy York. Go find Troy York. Do you hear me? Do you understand? Miles, yeah. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I got you. Troy York.
Who are you going to find?
Troy York.
Go find Troy York. That kid was good. I love the kid. He was really a nice kid. But if you know RPI, this is Rensselaer Poly Institute. This is like, you're on like MIT level at this place.
Oh, yeah.
And he might have been at not quite community college. He was a great kid. He was a phenomenal hockey player. Just, I don't know. But go find the kid. He was like amazing hockey player.
All right.
That's the only hockey player I know. Look, show's over. See you, folks. But so this is your 2nd season. How do you end up owning a team? Like, I really honestly thought it was one of these things like you want to bet, like that would make it for a phenomenal movie. Like you want to bet, and like here's this like horrible situation where you just end up with a hockey team. How does this happen?
So I will say it came from a horrible situation. So this whole thing started actually in my new hometown of Alpena. There was a league. I won't say the name because I've already been threatened to be sued by so many people that were involved with it. So I'm not going to say the name of that league.
The league that shall not be named.
Yeah. We actually called the old commissioner Voldemort. So if I say Voldemort, I'm talking about the old commissioner.
Gotcha.
So there was this league. It was a great idea. I loved it. I thought it'd be great, especially in northern Michigan. All the teams were down south. I said, hey, I reached out to him. I was like, hey, what can I do to get a team in Alpena? I think it'd be great. They emailed me back, said, here, you can be the general manager of this team, do all this stuff.
Like a high five and like you got a team.
Yeah. It was a high five. You work for us now. Do all this. So I started recruiting. I called guys I played college hockey with, played college hockey against.
So you played college hockey?
Yeah.
And I'm going to pause you for a second.
Yeah.
I don't care what level it was at. I don't care if it was at Squirrel U. Anybody who plays any college level sports is impressive to me. Like, I'm always driven nuts by people that are like, you were Division III.
Yeah.
Bitch, you were Division nothing.
Yeah. It's there's I saw something on Facebook the other day. It's like 7% of high school athletes do this, 7% do this, 7% do that, and everyone else is only 7% of high school athletes go on to play any level of a college sport. And no matter if it's club hockey, what do they got now? They got a new league out over by you. It's a CHL. or something like that. But it's like club hockey. It's like the ACHA, but anything like that, you got to be recruited. I mean, some guys get lucky and walked on. I was recruited by the colleges I played for, but it's a different breed. You gotta have talent.
Now Heather's got a question for us that makes, and Heather, absolutely better. I get it now. The success you've had or that you've reached at such a young age, do you think would be the secret to success work for creating a baseball league as well? Because, and I'm going to kind of throw my 2 cents into that, and I want to hear your thoughts. I don't know how many people know this, but baseball is the only sport in America that can be a professional sport. And what I mean by that is you could start another NHL. Myles and I tomorrow could turn around and say, "Hey, we're going to start an NHL. We're gonna call it the MHL for Myles and Murphy Hockey League."
There we go.
Could do that.
That works.
And we could do that without any problem whatsoever, and nobody could fight with us. But if we turned around and said we were going to start our own version of a professional baseball league, Congress would come down and shut us. Congress would come shut us down because it's an actual congressional thing that there can be no other professional baseball but the MLB. That's why Congress gets involved when you hear things about doping and steroids and all that, is because they are actually
and the lockout right now, which is
right.
A joke.
Oh,
but this, so going with the baseball talk and the comment from Matthew Parker, it makes me laugh because it wasn't the international, it was the Interstate Hockey League, which
shall not be named.
It shall not be named. But yes, no, that he wanted to bring a baseball twist to the league where all the teams play out of one area. One rink, 4 teams, and everyone else plays. It was weird. So I quickly saw that the league, it wasn't panning out the way that a lot of us hoped. So I took my Alpena team which won. The name that I was given was the Alpena Log Splitters, which it sounds like someone's pooping. and then he gives me the colors, and it's brown and red, and the logo is just a log.
Oh, that's so great! I love
with red around it, and that's just a bloody stool. So
that is so great.
So he didn't want my name, which I wanted the Alpena 45ers. We have the 45th parallel here. People love. They live on it. It's our big thing here in Alpena. It's the 45th parallel. So we ended up going with North Stars, which the North Stars are still alive. I'm very proud of that. I don't control it anymore. I have actually Dibs, Media by Dibs, Andrew Dibble and Katie Kuchek are huge on the Alpena North Stars, and they've done a great job. They've turned that organization around so much. But when I saw the league failing, I went out and I just got an LLC. I bought the name. And we started, instead of playing in the IHL, or the league that should not be named, we started playing games against other teams and other leagues and other men's league teams, and just to fill the stands and get games. And after that season, we had a meeting, and I got contacted by some other people that worked in that league and wanted to keep it going. At that point, I was honestly done.
You're tapped out.
I hated hockey. I didn't like anything about it. I wanted to just be done with hockey, spend my Sundays watching football, and then that was it. And I ended up going down with my old business partner, Cameron Bernicki, and Phil Edwards to Holland, Michigan, and had a meeting with these guys that wanted the league to survive. But they wanted to know how I made the team survive. And I told them, everything's got to be independent. It can't be owned by just one entity.
Right.
You have to be accountable for yourself. If you bring a team out on the ice that loses 27 nothing. That's not the league's fault. That's your fault for recruiting. And so all our teams are independently owned now. And what we were told by Lord Voldemort that would never happen happened. And we're in year 2, and we're thriving. We're just getting bigger and bigger, and that's it makes me that honestly, I'm so happy with everything that has happened. And yes, I have my team in Gaylord, but all the teams in this league are ran by such great people that have the same goals for hockey as I do, as growing the game and getting more kids involved. I grew up with a team called the Detroit Vipers that was 15 minutes away from my house. They played at the Palace of Auburn Hills that is no longer. Gordie Howe played for them.
Oh, wow. I do know that name.
When he was like 70, like it was his like 5th. It was unbelievable. But
when he had no business playing hockey.
Yeah, he had one shift. Honestly, like nothing against.
It was
Mr.
just
Hockey.
So you could see. It was so you could see him.
Nothing against Mr. Hockey, Gordy. Like there's the elbow, but it was just so you could see it. It was great. But we got to see Gordy, and that was the team that I used to go see. And made me want to play hockey, and I want that for kids all over Michigan. I want that for kids all over the country, all over the world. I think it's the best. It's the best game in the world. I know that's gonna touch some people, but it's the best game in the world. I wouldn't have what I
box lacrosse.
Ooh, that is fun.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have anything I have today. I wouldn't have the friends I have. I wouldn't have anything
awesome.
if it wasn't
Dude, it's
for
so
hockey.
Cool. It's so cool.
It's the best. I love. I still like. I'll randomly be at a bar in Chicago or something, and some guy I fought in junior told him I banged his girlfriend will come up to me, and they're like, "Are you Myles Grix?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" They're like, "I played junior hockey against you." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" Like it's the hockey world is so large, but the community is so small that you can literally punch a guy in the face on the ice and then go have a beer with them and be best friends.
That's awesome. Heather, I'll throw this out for you. She says the average high school age athlete has too much free time waiting for the college scholarship or scout to see them cause their future and end up completely in a different way. I'll throw this out to you. I have a cousin who's a pro NFL player. His brother's a Division I at Arizona. His sister played at Arizona also. I'm the smallest person in our family. I've said this a million times on the show at 5'8". I was so small. I've told this story. I was so small in my family that they sent me to a geneticist because at 5'8", they thought there was something wrong with me. Because everybody else is 6'1" to 6'8".
You didn't drink enough milk.
That wasn't enough. And my dad was a big milk drinker. It's funny you say that. But I will tell you my opinion on that is most kids who get seen by scouts is because they have a great coach who knows people, or they play multiple sports. If you ever go back, the Grambling head coach, who was an amazing football coach, I can't think of his name right now. He used to always say he didn't recruit kids that played one sport. He expected them to play two.
Yep.
Because two-sport athletes have more versatility. If you're a lineman, you should be a wrestler. If you're a wide receiver, you should be a track star. If you're a quarterback, you should also be a pitcher. He expected all of his players to play multiple sports so that they could be better at those things. A couple other things. Did you score the first goal? Are you
Adam Parrott did.
Adam Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer Parrott scored the
Adam Hall of Famer Parrott. You got a new nickname. That is your new name, Adam.
Scored the first goal in Alpena North Star's history.
And here you go, Adam. I'm really going to throw something off for you that most people don't realize. The Canadian national sport is not hockey. It's indoor box lacrosse.
Yeah.
because they created it so that the hockey players had something to do in the spring.
Yep.
So it is their sport.
He knows that because I've told him that.
Yeah, it's like a crazy thing, but we have here in Albany, we have the Albany Firewolves, which we just got from
Isn't that
Connecticut.
the team that they just had a goalie fight?
Dude, that goalie fight, my mom went to that game with me. She came up from
That was
Baltimore.
it, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's what I thought, yeah. That's a good fight. I love that they actually, like, just like NHL or like any level of hockey, like the goalies actually just like, but in like lacrosse, like especially like indoor lacrosse, it's so much weirder because it's just a street fight.
But I try, like, so I'll be there Saturday to watch the Firewolves. My buddy Mike Falvo is the announcer. It is such a fast, like when they say it's the fastest game on 2 feet, listen to me, folks. It's short sticks. It's running up and down. But I'm surprised. Like, did you play box at all?
No,
That's surprising. As a hockey player, I would think that like off season, but that goes back to like so many athletes today, and you're of that generation, are single sport or focus sport athletes. Like, were you one of those?
No, not at all. I was the guy who before every hockey game I played, I had to go shoot the basketball in my driveway. I had to play ping pong before the game. Football, baseball, soccer. I love them all. I love sports, and that's something. But
whatever you could do, you were doing.
Whatever I could do, I was doing. I want to be active. I grew up. When I got home from school, I would ride my bike to my cousin's house who went to a different school district just to hang out with them. And that's I was always on my bike, always outside. That's what I was.
So you were just an active kid, and Heather, Heather, thank you so much for the great questions and being so active today. We really appreciate that.
Adam.
So Adam's on another level. She said if there was a in between league like semi-pro or players in waiting or whatever,
for baseball.
I think she's talking about for sports in general. For many of these kids, and I mean, I think we've even gotten so bad with some of this. And I think this is a great topic to bring in because you guys, it's semi-pro. This isn't seniors league. This isn't, could Shorzy make it onto your team? I need to know, could Shorzy make your team?
No.
Shorzy could so make your team.
I would hire him as a ref.
Give your balls a tug. Shorzy can make that
I'd hire him as a ref, but probably
I
not
love Shorzy. Oh, I love that show.
But and what she's talking about, and that's what benefits hockey players, I guess, is we have junior hockey. So if you don't get a scholarship right out of high school, and a lot of guys, instead of playing high school hockey or a high school sport, they play junior hockey. You're able to play it from 16. Some leagues are 15 to 20. And that's what benefits us. I was an age out. It wasn't going anywhere. I had open heart surgery when I was 19, and took a year off. And I was lucky enough to sign with a team that set a USA hockey record. We went 45-0-1. Went to nationals, but no, we get junior hockey, so we get a second chance. I would love to see something come up in all sports that had that same thing in between high school and college. I mean, I know football's got JUCO and all that stuff, but you're still going to college.
NBA has D League. NBA has D League.
Well, so is the D? I thought the D League was like
developmental league.
So isn't it the AHL though? So the AHL is like the Red Wings have the Grand Rapids Griffins,
right?
The Capitals have the Hershey Bears. Isn't that what the D League is?
It's kind of like that. So it's for kids that couldn't make it into a college or didn't get drafted. Didn't get drafted. Didn't have that somebody said, "Hey, this guy's right on that cusp. They can go play." But like you said, they are definitely higher on that rung. There's always some club teams and some things like that out there. And Heather's out in Arkansas, which, hey, like you said, enough said.
That's what I call it too. I'm so happy you said that.
Arkansas.
That made me so happy.
You're welcome.
You won't even.
Adam says, "Were you a quarterback? Do you know what
position?" Chuck the ball.
Do you know a position I
back
played?
back in my day, I could throw a pigskin over the mountains over there.
Oh wow, you drink a lot. Do you know a position I played?
Fullback.
No. End guard tackle, sat at the end of the bench, guarded the water, and tackled anybody who came near it. Yeah, Nate.
Did you not get my movie reference though?
Which one? Throw it over the mountain.
Yeah. Uncle
No.
Rico, Napoleon
Oh
Dynamite.
God, yes, Napoleon Dynamite.
Come on.
I did mess that one. Well,
Come
you know what?
on.
You talk about football movie references and all that. Were you a fan of what the hell was it? Blue Mountain State?
Blue Mountain State. My freshman year at college at Eastern Michigan, everyone called me Alex Moran.
You know what's even better is watching him play Jack Reacher.
Alex Moran does?
No, I don't know if it's Alex Moran. Who was the big meathead?
Oh, it was God.
They even did the movie about him. Something Land.
Thad Land, Thad Castle.
Thad. The guy who played Thad.
Yeah, I saw.
Bro, I watched the first 2 episodes.
Is it good?
Oh, it's friggin'. So first off, they finally got Jack Reacher right. Tom Cruise is not Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher is a 6'5".
Yeah, Tom Cruise is 5'1".
Right. With high heels on.
Remember the girl that you said hi to in the Instagram thing, Angel?
Yes.
That is my girlfriend.
Oh shit!
My pregnant girlfriend.
I sent her other messages. Shit.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
My bad.
Won't be the first time. She's gorgeous. But I'm pretty sure she's taller than Tom Cruise, and she's like 5'3".
Yeah, but he was never supposed to be Jack Reacher. But if you haven't watched that yet, my favorite scene so far is when these guys were going to beat him up, and he's like, "I'm gonna break 3 of your hands." And the guy's like, "Well, there's 4 of us." He's like, "One of you's got to drive you the rest of you to the hospital." And he just beat these poor kids up. Matthew Parker.
What stream?
Long live M-Dub. Huh?
What stream is it on?
It's on Prime.
Prime? Okay.
Yeah. Along with my other favorite.
So M-Dub is the junior league I played for or played in on the Hounds. So yeah, long live the Dub.
Look, I'm nobody's Happy Gilmore with that shit, bro. I am not. I was definitely never the kid meant to play sports. Like I was athletic in the sense of like I could run, I could do things, but I was never like I was a kid that when other kids were like, "Yeah, I've been playing football since I was 9 years old." I'm like, "You're a liar. Nobody lets 9-year-olds play football." And I'm in high school and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, that's bullshit. And they're like, "No, I've been playing." I'm like, "Really?" Like I had no idea. Like I was genuinely, I was that kid. My parents both worked. They didn't have time for all that. So it just wasn't a thing. Parrot is on it still. Jimmy John's here in Michigan has a baseball team.
Jimmy John's Field, the Utica Unicorns.
We got a Utica out here. And I'm going to promote one of my newest buddies here, Junaid. If you are looking to find out how to set up your studio and get your stuff together, check out Junaid. He's got a master class on how to set up a studio. And he just, we were just talking. Dude, like I think mine's good. Like we're all at a bar. It's like this bar vibe. I'm looking at his stuff and I'm like, you got neon lights at any point. Dancing girls are going to come out. This thing was like amazing. It was like truly amazing. So let's get back on track. I tell you, we make a lot of left turns here.
Oh yeah.
Once the bourbon's flowing and the moose head is going,
it's like NASCAR.
It's all left turns. Yeah. So you at least got my reference that it's all left turns.
I got you.
So you got
I love sports. I watch NASCAR sometimes. If there's nothing else on at all, I'll watch NASCAR.
I'm sorry. I can't help you there. Yeah. And Junaid actually has like one of the few beards that I'm impressed by. Look at his beard in that picture.
Silver fox.
Like, bro, it's like all silvery in here, and then it's pretty impressive. It was a great chat, man. I can't wait. He's going to be on the show on the 23rd. We're going to be talking about setting up studios and making things happen. We're making left turns, brother. That's one of my lines. So you get into this. What was it like reaching out to, so you had the league that shall not be named.
Yes.
Did other teams from that league leave and join you? Or was this like you had to solicit? Was it
Just
an
one.
OnlyFans page that you had to make so that people would talk to you?
OnlyFans and Grinder.
Only.
So there's one other thing. So when the league came together, Camber Nicky, my old business partner, he took over Alpena, and I said I want a team in Gaylord, and I was kind of selfish with that reason. It's right dead in the center. It's I-75, center of the state. I can pull from Traverse City, Alpena, Petoskey, Kalkaska, everywhere.
Oh yeah, all those places.
Yeah, the places yeah, you've been there. But I wanted a team there. I think having a team in the center of the state, a pro team, and my argument before, or what I would tell people before, was no one wants to drive 4 hours to watch the Red Wings lose. Now, I will say I'm very impressed by the Red Wings. Shout out to Waterford native and Waterford Mott. I guess he didn't graduate there. He graduated from Ann Arbor, but we went to high school together. Dylan Larkin, kids tearing it up. Team captain of the Detroit Red Wings. Love him to death. Dill Pickle. But it's right in the middle. Muskegon was a part of the league that shall not be named, but everyone else we found. The rinks and cities and just people hear about what we're doing, and they want to get involved. And I mean, that's something that it means a lot to me, that there's other people out there that love this game so much that they're willing to throw ungodly amount of money at it to make it happen.
And I guess that's one of the things that you bring up. And if and look, I'm with Nate. I'm not a hockey fan, but I'm gonna promise you I am a
Go
Caps
Caps.
fan.
Go Caps. I'm diehard. Look at this.
What is he rocking? Oh, look at you. Rocking little Caps there.
Go Caps. When they won the cup, I went to their home opener to see the banner get raised.
That's pretty awesome.
Diehard Caps fan since '98 when they lost to the Red Wings in the Stanley Cup Finals.
I'm just a homer. I'll be honest with you. I'm just a homer because I don't really care. Like
Olaf Kolzig.
Look, if we could have a professional badminton team in Baltimore, I'm rooting for them bitches.
Like, I'd root for them.
But you know what I mean? That's just the way I am. I'm like, professional badminton, like, okay, I don't care.
So left turn, how do you feel about the Commanders?
Oh, the new so first off, I'll tell you a little story. So I can remember the Colts, the Baltimore Colts, the real Colts. And I remember being a kid, and I was probably like just getting into sports. My dad was always a big football fan, and he bet with his best friend. And I remember getting into it and being like, and it was to my own mother. My mother, I said this to. I remember saying like, I guess I'll be a Redskins fan. They're the closest team to us. And she goes, "You're never going to be a Deadskins fan." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I had a cousin who was and he still is to this day. He's another Baltimore kid like myself. And my cousin was a big Steelers fan. And we're going back to the days of Lewis Lips, Cordell Stewart, Bill Cowher as an actual coach at those days. And I was still in high school, So I was like, all right, that's cool. And I rooted for them up until, the day the purple and black came about. I was like, "You're dead, Steelers. You're dead to me." But as far as the Commanders, I get the reference, the Senators, the Capitals, the Commanders. I get the reference. The Nationals, I get where they're going with it, but to take that
so many
long,
other cool names.
But my whole thing is you took that long to come up with a name, and that's what you ended up with.
Well, you heard the story about the first 5 names they released, right?
No.
Apparently someone bought the patent.
Oh, as soon as it happened?
As soon as they released the names, this guy bought the patent and it was selling out. They offered it was $50 million for the name. I wouldn't do it either. I'd just come up with some dumb name and be like, "Hey, look at you. you're a fan of this team. You have to cheer for this name now because you're an asshole.
Now, look, I'll give Nate that the Washington Red Wolves.
Yes, Red Wolves. That's what I wanted.
That I would have gone with that. I've never heard that, but that wouldn't have been bad because
number one pick.
Redskins, the Red Wolves. I mean, you're not really changing much.
I wanted Red Wolves.
But let's be real honest though. If they get real dirty, like old school Raiders, dirty football, that Cobra Commander bullshit will live strong. That shit will be strong.
And you guys got Sweat and Chase Young. Like they're scary, scary men.
Yeah. I don't know. Junaid, I don't know. You live in Virginia. You live closer than I do anymore. Is it Commanders with an S or Commanders apostrophe S? I think it's just an S, isn't it?
I don't think apostrophes are allowed in the NFL because half the people that participate in the NFL don't know what apostrophe is.
That's a whole you either went to let's get into college sports here for a minute. Let's just get into college sports for a minute. I had one of my old captains that worked for me. He was a Division I wrestler, really good. And
just an S, yes.
Nathan says it's just an S. And he used to say it all the time. Even as a wrestler at a collegiate level, a sport that really makes no money, he's like
hockey.
Yeah, right. Well, it depends on the school. I guess it depends on the school.
It does.
And he was like, Murph, you have no idea. Well, he used to call me Gunny then. He'd be like, Gunny, you have no idea, like the liberties that were given to collegiate athletes to just kind of get away with murder.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we were wrestlers and had private tutors and would take us around and, all these things. He's like, I had no need for that, but
I
wasn't turn it down.
I play in the ACHA, which is club, and I had people doing homework for me. If you want to win, you want to win, and you're going to do whatever you can do. You're going to bend the rules. You're going to do it. I mean, there's a reason there's teams out there that win a lot of national championships. And is it good coaching? Yeah. Is it good recruiting? Yeah, it's better recruiting.
XFL signed with NFL practice squads can play for the XFL. Is the XFL still around? You have to tell me now.
No, it's.
I thought it folded again.
It folded again. It's the USFL, something like that. I know they have the Michigan Panthers and Jeff Fisher from the Titans is our coach.
Really?
Yeah, we got him, and we got Patterson or whatever his name is as our first pick. I don't care. He sucked at U of M. He's gonna suck now. Like,
and Junaid said this is the second time he's heard the name. He doesn't quite follow sports per se. So just kind of getting back. Like we made a lot of left turns. We're gonna pull this back in.
We're in the Daytona.
Does Adam let's ask this question first. Is Adam in love with you? I want to know.
Adam and I are in love. I love Adam more than anything. Adam and I are from Waterford.
Have you ever spooned?
Oh yeah, 100. I have a video of us spooning.
Big spoon or little spoon?
I was big spoon.
Okay.
How
do you feel about that, Adam?
He loves it. But Adam, so when I moved up here, when I moved up here, Adam moved up with me to play for the community college here. Oh, and cool. That's actually what brought me up here. I got the the Pony Express thing for SMU, the death penalty.
No.
So the Pony Express, SMU illegally recruited players. Those players got the death penalty. They weren't allowed to play ever again, or they were allowed to play after an appeal or after a certain amount of time. So it took 2 years for me to be able to play hockey again.
Really?
Alpena Community College got a hockey team, and I thought, why not go play at a community college? My mom's family's from Alpena. I loved visiting here. So I moved up here. My family and we got this house here, and Adam moved up to play for the community college with me, and then that team folded after a year. So that's when the league that we shall not be
league
named.
That shall not be named.
that's when I contacted them to try and get hockey here again. Adam, he was a part of that. He was a part of the start of the Gaylord Snow as well, and also Hi Dad.
Yep. I was about to say your dad popped on.
Yeah, Hi Dad.
Well, your dad popped on. My son popped on.
Yeah, no, my dad's probably drinking a glass just like this, is filled to the top, but it's just Fireball.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never. Yeah, it's Heartburn City, but I've never seen
Ooh.
someone. He just
Ooh.
chugs it.
Are you hearing the feedback? Is it on my end?
It might be mine.
I don't know. I'm hearing it. If anybody else is hearing that feedback, let me know. It always drives me nuts, like when I hear the echo. All right, as long as nobody else is hearing it, Dib says it's not there. I'll live with it in my headphones.
I'm fine with that.
It's all on my end. So it's yours, Sean. Is it? Am I hearing it, or is anybody else hearing it? Now everybody's like,
I'm not hearing it.
All right, so how the hell is this
You
happening?
just giving that guy like 5 shout outs. Like he's siding with you.
I'm just trying to. All right, I think it's gone now. That's weird. All right, my wife's over here like, it's gone now. Everybody's like busting my chops that this is happening. All right, so it's gone now. Stop busting my chops. So you come up there, you're like, this is amazing. Like, this is just such an interesting story to me because, like, everybody's over here busting my chops about this sound. Thank you, folks. I thank you everyone for letting me know it's gone, and thank you everybody for letting me know that I had it. Thank you very much. And now it's back again. I can hear it again. What the hell's going on here? I wonder if it's all right. The frick. You know you kids. All right. I have to play with this for a minute, folks. All right, is it gone? I think it's gone now. All right. And now my mic's like super loud and everything. Everybody's gonna be like, this shit's too loud. So what is obviously the ultimate goal for the league is people start recognizing it, people start seeing it for what it is, seeing these athletes. They're athletes for who they are and their push. What would it take? And this is just more of a curiosity here. Is there a way to become like join something like to be like one of these
like an affiliate?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Affiliate. I was trying to think of the right term because I'm thinking AAA, AA, single A ball because I think about it from a baseball standpoint.
And honestly, that's how I describe it to people. That's how I describe where we're at on the spectrum. To people who don't know anything.
I'm not surprised you're on the spectrum.
But
like, is that the goal?
Yes, but
like, would you want to? Let me ask this question: would you want to be like that?
Yes. The ultimate goal, yes. The ultimate goal for the entire league, yes. For me personally, is to find a way to make youth hockey in the towns that our teams are at cheaper. That's my goal.
Well, you bring up a great point. So my oldest son, his birthday's on Tuesday. He'll be 26. Remember that I'm close enough to be your daddy. He'll be 26, but he always wanted to play hockey, but I don't have hockey money.
Yeah, it's too expensive. And I'll tell a story. It was about a month ago. I had a kid, like I'm randomly just sitting, hand down my pants, watching something on TV, and my doorbell rings. I freak out because no one rings my doorbell. Either to just come in, or I have a text saying you're here, because we're at that point of life where the doorbell's dead. Like, you ring my doorbell, I'm like, uh-oh. So I go out there. It's this kid and his older brother have a hockey net, in my driveway, and they asked to buy my hockey now. I'm like, all right, I don't know, like $50 or something. Like, I don't use it. It's just sitting there. Like, I for windstorms, I put my garbage can under it so the lid doesn't blow up. Like, that's what its use is now. So then I asked the kid, I'm like, do you play hockey? He's like, no, my parents can't afford it. So immediately I was like, wait here. I go grab a pair of gloves from my basement, a hockey stick, a helmet. I don't have skates or anything else for him, but I gave him everything I could.
And a set of season tickets.
It's season tickets because, I mean, it's an hour drive from Alpine at Gaylord, but I want these kids to be able to afford it, because you don't know. Like, look at the double sport athletes that we were talking about.
Yeah.
The next Wayne Gretzky, he could be playing basketball right now,
Right.
and wants to play hockey, but his parents can't afford it.
It's a ridiculous. You know what kills me about hockey though is the fact that you have to pay for ice time.
Yeah. Oh no, I hate that too. Believe me, ask Dibs about it. I hate ice time. Ice time sucks. It's the biggest expense we have.
Well, it just seems like a scam.
Well, yeah, because especially when and nothing wrong with it. Like, you have to pay if it's prime time hours. Yeah, pay for it. But when it comes to like the rink would be closed if you didn't purchase that ice.
Right.
Why are you like? Why is it the same amount as someone who's at like 3:00 in the afternoon?
My freaking echo is back.
Is it because ask my dad. Is it because I'm so loud?
No, it's not you. It's me. So everybody's sending me messages now, like your echo is back, and I'm wondering if it's a distance thing.
Kurtz, the baby blue jerseys at the rink.
What's up with that? What's up with the baby blue jersey?
It's actually no. The baby blue jerseys are here. They're getting washed. They're in my washing machine right now.
So you even wash the team jerseys?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I almost said something. I'm not gonna.
Go ahead, say it.
I will not say it because I will get in trouble. I do. I am well aware of the cancel culture, and I'm not saying.
Yeah, don't do that. If we're on cancel culture topics, yeah, we'll move on from that.
Yep, I'm not getting canceled today or ever.
Let's see. Is that any better? Did that get rid of it?
I hear the echo now.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't know what's going here. I got one other plan. See, folks, this is what it's like to run your own podcast. You get to have your own freaking problems. So let's try this one more time. Settings, audio. How about now? Yep, fucker's still there.
I don't hear it now.
I hear it though. Driving me absolutely bonkers.
All right. Banana lands.
All right, we're gonna get ready. We have one other plan. Audio. How's that? Well, that's really.
Yeah, that sucks.
So that got rid of it. Let's see if that got rid of it. Nope, that did not get rid of it. I have no idea what's going on. Oh man. Put yeah, babe. Yes, I'm gonna put my wife tells you put my finger in it.
I was gonna ask you who that was.
That's my wife.
Okay.
She's a jackass. I love her. I don't, but I drink. Well, look, Mike, I appreciate that you can't hear it because you're drinking. Dave Hartline, Myles, do you like picklebacks?
David Hartline is the biggest. So there's a term in hockey, beauty. And that's just a straight up good guy, great teammate, great hockey player. David Hartline, biggest beauty I've ever played with. But no, I don't like picklebacks. I just drink pickle juice.
Is that like a pickled shot or something?
It's you take I don't honestly. I'm a bartender. I don't even know. Like, you can take a shot of tequila, have a pickleback. It's just like a little shot of pickle juice to help wash it down. It's a chaser.
Gotcha. My wife just texted me. She's like, "Stop fucking with it. It's more annoying watching you try to fix it than it is listening to it." I'm like, "All right, I'll leave it be. All right, leave this
I
be."
like Adam's chirp. It's my 2014 Apple headphones.
It could be. I mean,
It's
I'm looking at
most
these.
likely that in my 2014 Apple laptop.
He's still in a Apple iPhone 6.
No, because I break my phone way too much. You remember razors?
Absolutely, they were the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, my parents hate those phones. I used to skateboard, and I'd always leave in my pocket. Those motherfuckers, they did not hold up.
So, with the team and everything, if I wanted to watch a game, I'm not anywhere near Gaylord, Michigan. Is there an online way to watch it? Someplace I can go to check it out?
The kind of same thing you do. We got a YouTube channel where we broadcast live every game. Gaylord Snow on YouTube, and every home game we broadcast live. So we won't have a broadcast this Saturday, but the next 2 Saturdays we'll have a broadcast.
Okay. So how often do you guys play?
Every Saturday.
So every Saturday is a game.
This year, because so this year we have, I think it's a 15, 16 game schedule. Last year was 12 games in 6 weeks. This upcoming year, especially with the expansion, we're looking at having 40 games.
Holy shit.
Which is a huge uprise in games played. But we plan on starting earlier. We plan on starting more towards Halloween time, more towards all the other leagues start. But we'll find out. I mean, this year we had trouble because we had so many expansion teams. We had to drop 2 teams from last year, bring 3 brand new teams in, 3 brand new owners. So we're mixing and matching. We're figuring it out as we go. And last year our motto was it's year 1. If guys complain about something, we're like, it's year 1. This year it's year 2. It's year 2 of a startup that a bunch of guys who just love hockey.
It's almost beer league hockey.
I wouldn't say beer league.
Not that far.
No, our compete level is we're able to compete. I mean, we got like the Waterford Sharks. Half their team got called up this year. They've had to find new guys every weekend.
That's a good problem.
Exactly. And us, we've had 4 or 5 guys called up this year for just game or 2. Beer league hockey to me is just it.
Is that a thing? I was making that up.
Oh no, beer league hockey is like men's league.
Oh, okay.
So beer league hockey is and I'm going to forgive you for it because you didn't know, but it's kind of an insult.
Yeah. I was like, beer league hockey.
No, I mean, do we go for beers afterwards? Yes. But beer league hockey is something you pay for, not something you get paid for.
Well, that's even another thing. From a pay standpoint, I mean, you're talking 40 games. That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
I mean, so not to get into a guy's contract or nothing like that, since you're flying to Israel to go play hockey, which is so odd to me. What could a guy make in a league like this?
So, and the one thing that we took from the league that shall not be named is the percentage.
What do you
mean? You get paid by the percentage of profit. So if the team makes a profit at the gate for tickets, you get a percentage of that. And it's first line guys get a certain amount, second line guys, and it tinkers down. But that's how the guys are paid. And sadly, this year I think I've only had I only got to pay my guys a couple times, and last year we weren't allowed to pay guys at all. So what I would do is I would just buy everyone a round and some pizzas at the Pine Squirrel in Gaylord after games, and games that guys don't get paid, games that guys do get paid. I still do that. I get 4 or 5 pizzas, a couple of pitchers of beer. Everyone hangs out together. But yeah, that's the guys get paid by a percentage of how many tickets we sell.
There's so a movie in this. There's so movie from the Pine Squirrel Inn.
No, just the Pine Squirrel.
Fuck it. It's just the Pine Squirrel.
Just the Pine Squirrel. That's the bar we go to afterwards. It's got a softball field in the back.
Oh, I want.
You would like it.
This is amazing. Every bit about this is amazing. Like the Pine Squirrel, the Gaylord Snow. If we're not making a movie, there's a problem. There's an effing problem.
I'm in for it.
Like I'm loving every bit of this, and I'm not even messing with you.
I want to say Ryan Reynolds play me, but I know I'm not that good looking.
No,
so give me like Danny DeVito or something.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Let's think for a minute.
Everyone used to give me the Francos.
Oh, like Franco? Really?
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far.
Everyone at my high school would either say the guy from Spider-Man or they'd say Paul Walker, in which I just thought they were just naming the first white guy they thought of.
I could see the Paul Walker piece. So you said there's no game this Saturday, right?
There we do play this Saturday in Muskegon, though. So there's no live broadcast from our standpoint.
So only live broadcast when you're home.
Yeah. We're working on it. It's year 2.
So how many weeks we got to wait to see a live game?
1.
All right. So not this week. Next week we can see a live game.
Live game. We play Muskegon again. Then we finish our season with Alpena. We get a week off. We have an exhibition game against a team that's looking to join our league next year. And the week after that, we start playoffs. That's
incredible. And if we want to buy merchandise, we want to support the team, GaylordSnowHockey.com.
Yep. Now, and he's probably going to be pissed at me for this, Andrew Dibble on Facebook. Message him. He's got you.
Media by Dibs.
Media by Dibs. That too. Whatever. I'll give you his number. Can we put his number where the Gaylord Snow Hockey?
I have.
Yeah, just throw it up there. He'll love it.
He'll appreciate that. Or you can go to on Instagram. You go to @Grix30. You can go ahead and find the
That's fine.
Captain Goalie underwear model.
Underwear model.
I mean, we're just gonna give him all kinds of titles.
Maybe like little boy underwear.
Well, I mean, just because you're into underwears, that's your thing. So you can check them out there at Grix30. Again, Gaylord Snow Hockey, just like it sounds, folks. Like a fancy pants Gaylord. You can check them out there. And Adam says he's on his way to Beer League. Lakeland baby plus 30. Shout out Hartsey. Tell Shorzy I said hello.
Adam is the one person that should be in that show.
I love
like 100%. He's those guys.
Oh, that's so great. Has he ever used the term Donnybrook?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Let's have a little Donnybrook.
Yeah,
that's so great. I love that show. This last season was too short. I binged right straight through it. And for those of you that have God, I love it. You figure it out, folks. You figure out what show we're talking about. So we got all this coming up. Anything that we're gonna get ready. We're gonna close the bar up. We're gonna put the sign up. We're gonna get everything closed up here for the night. This is, bro. I'm impressed by you. I'm gonna be real honest with you, real quick here. I'm so impressed by the fact that at 30 years old, you own a hockey league. You're a bartender by day, gigolo by night. Own your own hockey team. You're able to put this thing together. You have a staff. I mean, let's be honest here. You're doing things at 30 years old. I'm 45, and I don't think I could do. Not that it's, and I don't have a passion for hockey, but I'm going to be honest with you from an entrepreneurial side, because we have a lot of entrepreneurs out that have been on this show. You're doing something that is pretty impressive, bro. I mean, it really is.
And thank you, but I wouldn't have what I have in this league or anything if it wasn't for the people around me. Cody Moretti, John Stonehouse, the guys that helped me start this league, Matthew Spoolhoff, who is now actually our play-by-play guy. There's so many people that helped start this, and they're a part of it. I mean, Dibble, everyone in our organization, everyone in this league that believes in the same thing I believe in, and that's it's not me. It's honestly, it's the other people. I just have a gift of bringing people together. But
We appreciate you, Jesus.
It's all them. They're the ones that did it.
Bro, it's impressive. Whether you want to really admit to the whole thing, you started a hockey league.
Yeah.
Most people can't get enough people to come to their house to watch a movie.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot.
So, I mean, and you're drinking Moosehead. That's pretty impressive to me.
Yeah. If you want to thank anyone, thank the two people I know that are listening right now, Julie and Michael Grix. They're the people that thank.
Is that your mom and dad?
That's my mom and dad. They're the ones that did it. They made me. They raised me the right way. They gave me everything I do.
John, he's drinking Moosehead, which I've mentioned a couple of times, and I've got Heaven's Hill bourbon. But you got, I'm leaving there.
I got this.
What the hell is that?
The pink Whitney.
The hell is that?
This is why I brought down the I Love New York shot glass.
Pink
because
Whitney?
Our sign off together is the hockey vodka.
Oh.
I have to give you a shot to say goodbye.
I'll do a shot with you.
If you okay, everyone says.
Can I talk about this for a second? I just learned something.
Is it just this. Jameson?
So I learned something about this, and I was so sad when I heard this. How many shots of Jameson have you ever done in your life?
Me?
Yeah.
Jesus. With Pickleback, Dave Hartline? Maybe 30.
Do you know that
that's a lie? Probably like 100 something. I was a foul person in college.
Do you know that it's only 40% Irish whiskey? The rest of it is really
dog piss.
No, neutral spirit. Like
vodka. Yeah. No, yeah.
Do you know how sad that made me? Like all my life I'm like, I'm drinking Irish whiskey. And it's like no.
It's made in just a factory, and
it made me sad. It really
Pine Hook that what? Oh, okay, Dad drinking. Seriously?
What is Pine Hook?
It's a really expensive bottle of whiskey that I brought over there for Christmas to share when I come to visit. But no, I guess it's going to be all gone.
Dad, drink that shit.
It's really good, honestly. Shout out to Rick King in Seattle if he's watching for bringing that to me in Alpena. It was amazing.
We have so many great distilleries that have been on the show. Nathan, save that peanut butter whiskey bullshit for somebody else.
Oh, is that what's it? Screwball.
Screwball. That's so gross. The sound of it sounds gross.
So we have a drink at my work. It's a peanut butter old fashioned, and we just take some strawberry jam with the screwball, muddle it with some bitters.
And sit down when you pee.
Yeah. But Pink Whitney is invented by a podcast of hockey players.
I don't know anything about it. I'm just looking to see, like, most of what I have is going to be like bourbon. I'm not shooting bourbon.
Oh God, no! Don't shoot good bourbon.
I'm not shooting bourbon, but I'll shoot one with you. But actually, when we sign off of this show, the guest always gets to make the last statement. So we'll shoot some Jameson here. This is the last of this bottle of Jameson. I have no problem with that. I haven't even been buying Jameson anymore. It's like,
oh, why would you?
Well, it's one of those kind of.
Well, it's like I used to like Crown Royal. Have you ever had Calgary?
No.
Look, so Calgary is like $12 cheaper than Crown Royal. It tastes so much better.
Somebody bought me that maple finish Crown Royal.
Oh, that's a good one though. And I don't think Calgary makes maple finish.
Well, here's one for you. Do you know what one of the best bourbons I've ever had is?
What?
Folks, we're on to a whole nother show if you're still hanging with us. One of the best bourbons I've ever had was Walking Dead.
Never had it. But have you ever had Empire Pipe Dream?
No.
So it's California based.
Empire.
I'll get you on Facebook DM.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of the bottle tomorrow. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
That's the best one that I've had in a while.
Alex Payne says Ghost Snow. Nate and his peanut butter bullshit. John, when you get up here, so we have the International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame here in Albany.
Oh,
it just opened last year. Some pretty big announcements, some stuff that luckily I'm kind of on the inside track of. Tito Santana is joining their board of directors. Just found that out from a good friend of mine. And X-Pac and I don't remember if X-Pac and Nash.
I'm not a big wrestling guy, so I just know Tupac.
Yeah, well, X-Pac is the 1, 2, 3 Kid 6 X-Pac. He's going to be at the Hall of Fame, but John's traveling from Pittsburgh to out there. He's a wing. Look at you can see his picture. Look at his picture. Who's on his picture? Penguins.
Oh, fuck the Penguins.
And yes, my wife is right. I am a little bit more old school. Your dad's
speaking of Penguins, Pink Whitney was invented by ex-Penguin Ryan Whitney.
Well, there you go. And my wife does like Omegang. If you've never had Omegang, it's amazing. Trevor Broadway says, "Go Voyagers."
Broadway, go fuck yourself, but I love you. He is the toughest competition I ever played against. Down to earth guy, one of the best guys in this league. One of the reasons I'm so proud of this league and all the teams in it. Trevor Broadway is the man of the league. If 10 years, 15 years down the line, if there's an award for the best sportsman, it will be called the Boardway.
Look, that could be your award. You just named it. It's called the Boardman. We're taking it. Or Boardway. Is it Boardway?
Boardway. Yeah. No, he nicest guy in the league, hands down. He plays on our rival team. And he's the other goalie that I battled against last year, but great guy. Everyone in this league, there's nothing bad to say about him. He is the greatest guy. Great family man. Anything I say like about this league, if someone brings up him, he's the reason we do this.
Well, that's awesome. So is he the littler spoon, or is he?
No, he's the big spoon. He got the ring. I didn't. He got the ring. I didn't.
Oh, this is so great. He says he appreciates you, brother. We got John. Definitely lots of wrestling going on. John is a goalie. So here we go. I got my shot up.
All
I got
right.
your shot up. So
I got my I Love New York just for you.
and I got my. I just love these glasses. I bought these glasses like forever ago.
They're nice
so old school.
glasses.
They're so old school, but I love them. Every bit of them. And they're like so drinking glasses. There's like nothing else about them, but they're drinking glasses.
I got one, but it's got the Lions logo on it, so I don't show that to people.
Look, man, I was a big Matthew Stafford fan long
I
before he was ever in LA.
love him.
I think he's one of the most heart and soul football players I've ever seen.
Matthew Stafford deserved that championship more than anyone. The
Yeah,
guy
he's
played with
heart
a
and soul.
broken back.
Yeah, like I can still remember him, with the limp arm in the league. A lot of guys forget he had the limp arm in college, and he had a league team like that. So, to your league, to your season, and may you be the next NHL.
All right, we hope so.
Salut. So, as always on this show, let's wrap. We're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. We have, if you're looking to find out some Gaylord hockey, it's GaylordSnowHockey.com. Make sure you're checking out. Make sure you buy lots of merchandise. You can check them out they have a Instagram page, Gaylord Snow. You can check out Myles Grix at Grix30 on Instagram. You can check out. He's also follow him on Facebook because everybody likes for when you chase him on their Facebook page. Myles Grix on Facebook. If you're looking to upgrade your media, we've mentioned it a couple of times. As always, reach out to Media by Dibs, and if you mention to him belly up to the bar, he's gonna turn around, and if you mention belly up to, you can always tell when Dibs did the post and when I did the post. My shit's like real basic. Like I feel real proud of it.
Yeah.
And then I reach out to Dibs and I'm like, hey bro, could you do one for me? I'm really busy today. And he sends me one. I'm like, I'm just a garbage person with this. I have no business.
All the stuff that Snow been posting about me coming on this podcast. Everyone's like, oh, that was really well written. I'm like, that's Dibble. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I would be like, hey, check this out.
Look at this shit.
Yeah. Fucking watch.
Yeah, exactly. And so all these different outlets, as always, folks, if you want to reach out to us on this show, for those of you that are joining us, we really appreciate it. Please follow us on our Facebook, The Above the Bar Podcast, our YouTube, The Above the Bar Podcast, our Twitch, The Above the Bar Podcast, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those different outlets. Make sure you reach out to us. It's all The Above the Bar Podcast. Follow us along. We got some different things going on. As always, on all shows, one of the most important things to me is that the guest always gets the last word. So, brother man Myles, you get the last word.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Shout out Sean for letting me, some degenerate from Michigan, join his podcast. Also, sorry, Mom. I didn't fucking keep it family friendly.
Whoa. You got wild there.
Mike, my dad, enjoy your Fireball or the beautiful bottle of whiskey I was hoping to share with you. And to the team, just win some games. Stop being assholes. And to my sponsors, Latitudes Tavern, Midwest Diesel, you guys keep doing the work you do. Thank you again, Sean, for having me on here. It is truly an honor to be on something like this and to talk to someone, I would say for a little more than an hour and 24 minutes, but
we tried for an hour. We'd never make it.
Yeah, we never make it. We talked a little before too, so no, I had a great time. This was awesome. I mean, give me a reason to drink, I'm going to jump at it. So I'm very happy to be on this. And go Snow.
Alrighty, folks. Be sure to push your stool in.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.